Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good time zone to each and every one of you. I am Siren, your fashionably late host, emphasis on the late, not the fashionable, and welcome to the January 2025 installation of the OC Hunger Games. You guys know the drill. We have 24 tributes vying to be the best of them all, to be the last man, woman, folk, and everything in between standing. So without any further ado, let the odds be in your favor. Moo clutches a pack of condiments and runs away. Pixis clutches a pack of condiments and also runs away. What's with everyone and the condiments today? Kage poisons Artemis' food, slowly killing her. Wow. Literally just the third event of the bloodbath, and we have our first death. Colton eats Adelaide as she tries to run? Well, that escalated quickly. Kirk pulls a grapefruit spoon out of the cornucopia. It is now armed and dangerous. Dullahan snatches a pair of chopsticks. Hector grabs a pair of scissors. Marcus notices that the plug to Pio's life support system isn't in the power socket. Marcus walks away, leaving Pio's fate uncertain. Lestra snatches a bottle of ketchup. Gabriel is afflicted with a curse, but the curse didn't do anything. Bowie finds discarded airplane food and tries to eat it, but vomits at the taste. Callisto finds a mysterious book in the corner of her room and gets mauled to death by a mysterious creature when he picks it up. Bro, Callisto being a pilot and Bowie finding discarded airplane food. I feel like this is more than just a coincidence. Mariah, Daven, and Cody form a band. Ennis T poses at Daisy. Daisy F poses in return. Okay, my brain just kind of tried to imagine, how does one even do an F pose? Suki convinces Iris not to eat her, only to eat Iris instead. Top 10 enemy betrayals. So early into the games. Tyrion does a cool flip to establish her dominance. Everyone is appropriately intimidated except for Talia. On the first day, Talia tried to swim in lava. Why would you do that? Marcus starts a cult. Very typical, very Marcus. Pixis thinks about crime. Suki breaks down into tears after finding the tiniest feather ever. Just look at it. It's so small. How did this happen? Pio feeds Ennis a piece of cilantro. He thought it was just fine. Maybe he has the gene. Cody, Dullahan, and Mariah do not survive the death road to Canada. Yikes, that's 3 deaths in one event. Gabriel notices that the plug to Lestra's life support system isn't in the power socket. Gabriel walks away, leaving Lestra's fate uncertain. Moo performs CPR to save Daven. Hector slaps Tyrion's bald head. Excuse me? But, if my eyes are not deceiving me, Tyrion is not bald. It deflates like a balloon. Kage asked who Joe was. He was destroyed by Joe Mom! Daisy becomes the new spider matriarch. Run. Kirk digs a hole. It was a good day. Colton presses a big shiny red button. Bowie's screams can be heard in the distance. Yo, chill. It's literally just the first day. On the first night, Marcus pours a bag of blood over Suki and Kage. Why would you do that? I mean, Marcus started a cult. Pixis bleeds out from a mystical wound inflicted by the final boss. Hector and Gabriel avenge her by defeating the boss. Let's go. Moo ate food past its expiration date, but nothing happened. Hey, that's a strong stomach right there. Daven's inner voices won't stop whispering. Colton, Kirk, and Daisy form a band. Pio and Ennis sit with each other and pretend the airplanes in the night sky are shooting stars. It kind of reminds me of that one image. There's these 2 aliens, and it's like stars are cool, and the other one's like, yeah, 12 deaths. This isn't our record, but that's still a lot of death. Ketchup chugging like Sans. Eats? Why are we all over fixating on condiments? Exactly. Condiments. He eats expired food regularly. I am concerned. I'm very concerned. Daisy is indeed pretty hip with the kids. Paused my epic gameplay to watch this. I'm so sorry. As a years-long Death Road to Canada enthusiast, I love the Death Road events so much. Yeah, half of them are gone in just a single day. I think our record is 15.
Nope.
We already have 16 deaths. I just hope we never reach that death toll again for the first day. If we could pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars. I knew it was familiar somehow, but at the same time, it reminded me of that one specific MS Paint drawing. So on the second day, Gabriel draws on the ground with a stick. Ennis has a bizarre adventure. Ennis's bizarre adventure. Marcus uses Flex Glue, the super strong waterproof glue, perfect for masonry, wood, metals, or other repairs. Even underwater, water to patch a wound. Suki encounters her double. The two high-five and work together for the rest of the day. The duplicate vanishes mysteriously at night. Moo finds a death note and writes Colton's name in it, but it was really just a regular notebook. Don't remember the last time we had a death note event and someone actually died from it. I feel like everyone is just getting those rip-off death notes. If you guys have those bootleg anime shops in your country, there are these places that sell these notebooks that just have death notes slapped in them, but they're obviously very regular notebooks. Or are they? Davin, Pio, and Daisy have a D&D session with Kirk as the DM. Wait, I know Daisy and Kirk and Colton have a band together. What happened? Why isn't Colton invited? Kage uses flex glue. You know what? I feel like I'm gonna have to use the actual advertisement.
Flex tape, the super strong waterproof tape.
Hector adds oil. On the second night, Annie sprinkles salt. Are you guys doing this to ward off the ghosts of the dead tributes? Davin's inner voices won't stop whispering. Whisper, 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 whisper. Kage vibe checks Gabriel. Hyo tries a cup of evening coffee, but the caffeine doesn't really do anything for them. Suki pushes Moo off of a cliff during a spoon fight. Bunny girl pushing cow person. Colton learns he can regenerate limbs. Fandity since when? Hector and Kirk raid Daisy's pillow fort while she is away gathering supplies. They steal all the chips. Marcus drinks glow stick juice. It turns out Mom and Dad lied and it's delicious. So does that make his head glowy? At the feast, Ennis gets food poisoning and is unable to participate in the rest of the death match. Hey, at least you didn't die. Kirk is afflicted with a curse, but the curse didn't do anything. Gabriel won't shut up about states. Davin vibe checks Marcus. Kage goes on a hunger strike. No more vegetables! Only cake! He starves before his parents give in. Colton pushes Pio off of a cliff during a spoon fight. Daisy decides to dig up some landmines. Hector shoves Suki into a heated casserole while her back is turned. On the third day, Gabriel finds Colton in a mousetrap and sets him free, but eats the cheese and gets trapped in Colton's stead. That is just wonderful. Hector kicks Davin in the shin and runs away. Daisy screams in frustration as her 3D printer jams 6 hours into printing her gun. That's gotta be painful. Kirk pushes Marcus off a cliff during a spork fight. And on the third night, Daisy tries to stay awake for Kirk's live stream, but she is so sleepy. Davin shares a scarf with Gabriel. Colton recruited Hector into his cult. Since when did you have a cult? Maybe since you learned that you could regenerate your limbs, huh? And we have 5 deaths. On the fourth day, Davin hides in a cave and listens to lo-fi hip-hop radio. Hector finds Kirk in a mousetrap and sets it free, but eats the cheese and gets trapped in Kirk's stead. What is with people just getting trapped while trying to rescue other people? One of the first rules of giving first aid, if there's a threat to your life, don't just rush in. Gabriel ambushes Daisy and eats her? Excuse me? Colton tries to spear fish with a spoon. And on the fourth night, Davin and Gabriel walk into a bar. Gabriel ducks. Hector is adopted by a family of owls. I almost read owls as ducks just now. Kirk and Colton play video games all night long. It's like that kid that had a death note and got on the news because his parents found it and he wrote people he didn't like in it. I mean, that's kind of what... No, maybe I shouldn't spoil, even if it's pretty old death note, but it's really a mild inconvenience note. Daisy having a pillow fort is so canon. Marcus out here having the time of his life, and then Penguin just going like, never mind. I love Pio's icon so much. I was rooting for Pio literally just for the icon. Are you sure the food poisoning isn't just their stomach being hella upset after the condiment war? Not gonna lie, I have the same thoughts. Yeah, there's so many utensil fights. Like, yo, chill. Yes, spork fights are superior to knife fights. Yeah, I feel like Daisy has died in even goofier ways. I wouldn't want to be the guy that brings a fork to the spork fight. Another feast. Davin won't shut up about states. Colton begs for scraps under the table. Hector can't resist those puppy dog eyes and slips him something. Aww. Gabriel Kirby's Kirk, gaining their powers in the form of a snazzy new hat. On the 5th day, Gabriel looks at Davin in confusion. This is not my beautiful house. Colton naps in the soft clutches of the grass. Hector tries to find chicken. That's so random. Why are you trying to look for chicken?
Chicken.
On the 5th night, Hector goes to the website formerly known as Twitter to make an announcement about Gabriel. They're the very best of friends. Colton gives Davin a first aid kit. So we only had Kirk dying. On the 6th day, Gabriel, Colton, and Davin have a D&D session with Hector as the DM. Colton says okay boomer to Davin. Hector poisons Gabriel's food, slowly killing... Wait. Another feast. More food. Colton eats his fill and politely declines seconds. Good. Daven feeds Hector a piece of cilantro. He hated it. On the seventh day, Colton remembers the war. What war? Daven tried to swim in lava. That's what you don't do. That's what you don't do. Hector collects gummy worms. On the seventh night, Colton told Hector that a snake was not poisonous when asked. It was, however, venomous. I think we have our winner, guys. So congratulations, Colton. Congratulations to Fan Bitty. I remember our regulars. Yeah, there's a Kirby event. We have a Mario event too, by the way. I want to be a hat when I die. That is a 20 deception roll. That is just deception 100. Colton won with 3 kills. And it seems like he's tied with Hector. That's the end of the January OC Hunger Games. The deadline for this month's art would be on the 15th of February. As usual, feel free to let me know if you guys will be delayed or you guys have certain circumstances that don't allow you to immediately work on the art. I will see you guys next month for a Valentine's edition of the February Hunger Games for 2025. I have been your host, Siren, your fashionably late host. Emphasis again on the late and not on the fashionable. Thank you so much again for being here, and I'll see you guys next month. Bye!
Good evening, this is your captain speaking. We'll have to make an emergency landing due to a personal emergency. Thank you for flying Mellow BOD Air.